Alright, welcome back to Verena City. Today we are going to take care of some things. Let's get into the city right away and see where we left off. Last time we expanded into this part of town here, where we also broke the grid a little bit, and we shifted our entire industry onto this side, where we also have a forestry industry, which is making us a decent amount of money, and of course is going to make us even more money as soon as we can expand this industry a little bit. Right now we have a lot of residential demand, and we also have some empty plots here where we can zone some housing. So that's what we are going to do right away, so we can fulfill some of this demand. And then we are going to start decorating our areas a little bit. And today's goal is also to introduce some public transport into our city. So let's start zoning some houses. I am going to make some nice blocks here and zone very carefully, so we have some nice big houses evolving. And we probably should first make sure, yes, if we have water, which we don't, so let's provide some water before we forget. And also maybe down this road here. Very good. Here, yeah, let's do it just before they start complaining. So this entire zone or area here now has water. So we are zoning some housing along this road here. Very nice. Let's switch up the size of the houses a little bit so we get a more natural looking area. There we go. And some more, because we do need a lot of workers in our city, also to cater to our forestry industry. And have some houses here as well, like this. So this can evolve. Now, the second thing I want to do right away, because it will also take some time, is last time we decided to introduce a park area here. And because parks are also evolving, we are going to zone this park right away and put down some stuff. So throughout this episode and maybe the next one, we can evolve this a little bit higher. Also, for another park area I have in mind, we will have some stuff unlocked already when we do this other park. Because this is quite small, I am going to just put down a small main gate and then maybe have a side entrance on every side so people have nice access to our park. And then we can think about how we want to do this. I think I want to have a plaza here in the middle. Although, because it's not a perfect square, of course, this park doesn't really have a middle, but we just, I think, do it like this. And we have this plaza, and then we surround it by a walking path, and then connect up all 4 roads. So I am trying to perfectly surround this plaza here in the middle with walking paths, which turns out to be a little bit more fiddly and difficult than I would want it to be. So maybe we're just gonna have to accept that it will only be surrounded by a regular non-park path, but I think that's okay. So we will have park path up to the middle here, and then the rest, although this looks very ugly, let's try that again. Like this. Yeah, that's gonna do it, I think. Doesn't look too bad. So let's introduce something else. We are going to probably want some restrooms in our park. So let's put the restrooms on both of the sides. And park info booth to me always makes sense next to the main entrance. And there can also be, of course, a park cafe, which maybe will go here, like this. How much entertainment do we have? 250. So that's going to be enough to evolve the park to the next level. What I'm going to do right away is fence the park, which always gives a nice effect and really defines this park area to be something else. Now, can we follow the roads? Very nice. And also here, use our freeform tool to kind of follow this road as close as possible. We do want to snap onto this gate. Perfect. And here we can go like this and then snap onto the gate like this. So now we have a park area that's going to develop with time, and we can introduce some more assets later on. Now, why is there zoning space? That's a little bit strange because there's a fence, but we're just going to ignore that and not zone anything inside there anyways. So while I was doing that, I was actually saving up some money, which is perfect, because the next thing I want to do is introduce a pier along the river around this peninsula. For that, I actually downloaded the new content creator pack with the new piers, and I'm very excited to try it out. I actually never tried it because I just downloaded it this morning. And so I do want to have like something like this. Let's try out some and decide what we want. These, I think, look a little bit too big for this small area, so let's just try out the ones that don't have kind of two levels, which I think are those options we see here. And we can decide which one we want to use. And I think I like this one with this structure here. And this is the one without vents. So that's the one I'm going to use, which I think was this one. City, simple city, key, fenceless. So we are going to introduce that. And let's see how this will look. And I try to follow the river quite naturally without having too many extreme curves. And with that, actually, I can create a little bit of more land area along this river. So I try to be as far away from the shoreline as possible. Now here we run into our first little problem, or do we? No, we don't. Perfect. Nice. I am just putting down the key first, and then we can clean up this ugly terrain with some terraforming later. And then we can also see from above later on. Let's just connect this like this. And then we can continue as soon as we unlock some space on this side. Now, how do we feel about this key? I think that's not too bad. So let's clean up some of this ugly terraforming here by just pushing back this earth a little bit and let the water do its thing, because As we know, city skylines water always needs some time to figure out what it wants to do. So we're going to kind of follow the shoreline and see where we have to push back the land a little bit for our key wall to look nice. Here there's another section where we have to push it back a little bit. Looks very nice. I think if you look from here, gives a really nice look to our city, and I think that's fine for now. So we are going to continue along here as soon as we know what we're doing on this side. Today I'm concentrating on this area right here. Very nice. So I've already mentioned in the previous episode that I want to introduce a road that goes along the river. And I'm thinking to combine that with a tram line that goes around the whole peninsula and can pick up people from all those residential areas and bring them towards the town center. So that's what I want to take care of right now, which means it's also time to introduce the first type of public transport, which is going to be trams. I love trams for many reasons. Actually, I live in a city where there is a tram and I always like to take it myself. Also in city skylines, I think it's a very good option to transport quite many people because every tram can fit 90 people inside, which is twice as much or more than twice as much than buses, which I think is 30 people, so actually will be 3 times. And yeah, so that's why I decided to put down trams. And we need to find a spot to put down our tram depot. The tram depot is actually a very nice looking asset, but unfortunately it has a lot of noise pollution, as you can see with this circle. So first I was thinking to put it here, but that will annoy all those people living down there. So probably we're going to put it here and then maybe include some other buildings that serve the public. Like maybe if we have a bus depot later on, we can also put it here. So let me only clear off a little bit of those trees and then think about how we want to do this. So we're going to have a tram line, a road with a tram line following the shore. So I think we're going to introduce that first. I'm also going to go freeform so that I can kind of follow the shape of the shoreline quite nicely. And I am going to connect up with the roads that come towards the river. We can, or I'm trying to leave some space in between the quay and the road, because I do also have an idea what we can do in between the quay and this road. Now, can we go under this bridge without having any issues? Let's quickly go and see. So the tram cables are not touching the bridge, but there is a lantern pole. And does it stick out on the other side? It doesn't. So I think I can live with, or is it this one? What's going on here? No, I think that's fine. I can totally live with that. So the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the terraforming that's developing here. So let me try that again. Maybe curve up a little bit more like this. Check again if there's any flipping, but I think that's perfect. So let's continue. Let's connect up like this. Unfortunately, some houses might get destroyed in this process. because here the space is a little bit tight. So let me see how I can do this without destroying too many houses. Also here, I don't think I like the shape. And I think here some houses might get destroyed. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but it's for the better. We're taking one for the team, or in that case for our village or town. So let's continue. Here we can go quite close. Does this do some? Yeah, we're gonna have to draw this road again. And now we must think about how we are going to connect up. Excuse me. Now we're gonna have to think about how we will connect up with the town square. And I'm thinking we can take our tram line to go onto this main road. That's not ideal, but I think it's better than having a huge tunnel going underneath. It's also probably very unrealistic. And then have the tram cut through the town square here and then come out on the other side and connect up on the shoreline. So let's come out to here and then have the tram connect up like this. There's a little bit of sharp turn, which maybe we can fix later on. But for now, we're just going to leave it so we can see how our trams look. And then we are going to upgrade those roads so the tram can actually go through our city center, or town square rather. And then we're going to need a big tram road like this and close the loop. So we have now, let's quickly see from above. I think that doesn't look too bad at all. Let's now run the game and connect up some of the roads. These are just regular roads, I think. So let's just have them connect up, maybe every other road. Sorry for throwing you out, but you're gonna have to move back in now. I can now see how I want to zone this. And I'm thinking, let's quickly check here. Yeah, we can just do it like this. And also have some more housing here because our housing demand is quite high. So let's quickly zone some more houses in the meantime. I'm basically just saving up money to build our tram depot because we don't have enough currently. So that's a perfect opportunity to have some houses developing. Also to decorate, which is what we are going to do later on. Of course, we're also happy that then this housing area here is fully developed. And actually, let's have a nice row of houses here. And then also here, we maybe also introduce another small block. We can see how we can continue the grid. And then on this side, we can also extend this road downward and then just have a couple of connections. We don't need to connect all of those roads, but just a couple. Now this one, we probably need to draw in again, like this. Also it gives a little change. This we can fix later on. This with some trees and decorations. And let's just have another connection here. We can also put down some houses here. And then inside here, we can think of another housing area when we have some more demand. But for now, we can just get back to planning our tram network. As I said, I do want to have a public service area around here, so we can come out like this and see if our tram depot fits, which it does, which is very good. Only thing is, how's the terrain? Actually quite flat, which is perfect because we do not want any weird terraforming. Let's first introduce or put down another key here before we forget. That's a thing in our city. Here I can unfortunately not connect. Oh, I can. Whoever did this content creator pack, thank you very much. This is so good. Oh, I'm so happy. Let's quickly push back the terrain a little bit. Also here. Oh, this looks so good that this connects through. I'm so happy. Our park did upgrade, but we are putting down this depot first. We're almost out of money, but our industry is keeping us afloat very nicely. This does not have any power, which we are going to provide right now. And now let's have our first tram road that will go around the city. So unfortunately, we do not have any alignment here, so we're just gonna go like this. And now for now, just have some stops in between where the roads connect up to our area here, or our areas. Then maybe have another one here and then connect up, and then we're going to mirror this whole tram circle and have those trams come out of the depot. There you go. Now we do not really like this purple, I think, so let's give that a more appealing color. And I think because this is kind of like the river circular road, I think a nice blue will do. Something like this. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. So river circle and river circle 2. And now let's quickly follow one of those trams and see how this looks. Let's speed up the game. So we're stopping in our town square to pick up the people that maybe did some shopping. And then here, of course, now is a huge empty space, which we are going to fill up at a later point. Also, this turn we are definitely going to fix at a later point. There's 3 people now on our tram. There's a lot of people waiting here, which is very exciting to see. Loads of people getting onto this tram. Going under the bridge, very nice. Loads of people, almost the full tram, which is great. Actually, tram's full. So those people are going to have to wait for the next one, which is of course arriving shortly. We did create a traffic light, which we have to fix later, but let's see if those people actually get out where we expect them to, which is here. Yes, a lot of them getting out there, probably the rest getting out here. Yeah, so this tram does exactly what we want it to, which is pick up people in the housing areas and then bring them to the town square, which is exactly what we want. Let's quickly take care of this traffic light here and put a stop sign here because this is service area, so we want this main road to stay clear so we don't run into traffic problems, although at the moment we're still above 90%, and it's also because Those trams are a little bit backed up because they only just started their tour, so that's gonna fix itself very shortly, I think. Yes, also these people that were waiting have been picked up, so everything is going exactly like I want. One thing we must do is quickly look at our park, because we do need some more entertainment. Now, what do we unlock? We unlocked the piers, which are of no use at the moment, because of course we do not have any water here. Only thing that's new is this chessboard. I think we might put down a chessboard on either side of the park at the moment, like this. We can live with the terraforming because we're gonna fix that at a later point, so people can come in, play some chess, go to the toilet, enjoy this plaza, go to the restaurant here. We do have enough entertainment, so we only really need to wait for more visitors, which is no problem, we have time. So we also have some more housing demand, so let's fill up some more of those zonings here. Maybe we only want 3x3 housing along the riverfront. There's a lot of upgrading happening in the background, which is also very nice to hear. Maybe like this. Do we have some more zoning space we can make use of here? Of course, we can also just do some big zonings alongside here. And then we... oh, why isn't there any housing? Can easily fill that up as well. So let's quickly look from above. Now we have this ring road, let's call it, and people using public transport, which is very, very nice to see. We do have a lot of commercial demand, and I think what I might do is around here have some commercial zonings alongside this road, so people maybe can also quickly run to a shop here. Can I have a nice big zoning square here? I can. And then let's just see what will develop here. Let's have a couple of big commercial zones here and see what develops. And I hope we didn't cut power, but I don't think so. And then let's... yeah, that looks very nice. It's also, I think, realistic to have like a bookstore and stuff around here. So let's make those historical, so they actually don't upgrade and become huge and ugly. What is this? A coin laundry, very nice. We do not need 2 bookstores, I think, so let's delete that and see what it is. Central Hotel. Don't think I like a hotel here, so let's delete that and see what will come in afterwards. This has already upgraded, so it's good we made this historical. And actually we also have a lot of money, so let's quickly wait for something else. Ice cream shop, perfect. And what's the last? I think there's still one more zoning. Yes, let's see what comes in. Another bookstore. Yeah, not interested in bookstores. Let's come back later and see what came in. Now let's think about decorations here. We already have a very good path network, so people can walk around our city very easily, but it still looks a little bit bare. So what did come in? Another bookstore, come on. Maybe let's change the size of this zoning space so something else comes in. 3x3. Let's wait for it to appear. I was saying, yeah, it still looks a little bit bare and boring, so I am going to decorate a little bit. Yes, that's exactly what we want, in between those houses. And what I'm thinking to do is quickly slow down the game a little bit and have a fence, a farm fence, right behind the houses to kind of have this backyard feel. Come up to here and then just have a row of trees, maybe like this, not too big. Oops. I'm going to use the prop line tool, but of course you can also do it by just placing those trees individually, no problem, like this. And this will give this nice back alley, backyard feel that has this suburban vibe, I guess. Maybe it's a more European thing, I don't know. But since I live in Europe, that's one thing you might see in one of those neighborhoods. And we're gonna have this pattern repeat throughout our neighborhood, at least around this neighborhood here. So let's just be careful to not destroy any of our sun, because we still need those people, of course, to be in our city. So yeah, I think also from above then this has a much more filled out vibe. So we're going to continue this pattern for a little bit longer. First put down the fence. Then we can also see how this looks from a citizen's perspective, just in a minute. So if we can see if we can catch someone that's walking through these paths. Is there someone here? No? Okay, then let's just change into the perspective ourselves. And if we walk, you know, it looks like these houses have a fence behind them for their backyard, you know, so no one just wanders in your backyard. A nice tree pattern and this gravel path going through. I think this is looking very nicely. And then here we join up again with the road. It's a very nice looking neighborhood, I think. Also our commercial area here looks very nice. I think I might even have one more commercial asset growing here, maybe a 3x2. Yeah, I think that's all looking very nice. We can also have some more houses on this side as well. Maybe like this and like this. And then I'm still unsure if here probably we will just have some decorations instead of housing, just so we have a nice maybe mini park on this side. So I am going to finish this pattern and probably end the episode here, because I think we already did a lot of stuff today. Again, we introduced our tram loop that goes along the entire city. We also continued the zoning on this side, so this area is now almost fully developed. We also introduced a nice looking pier along the entire peninsula, and of course we also introduced a nice park in the middle of our city that is actually being used quite a lot, which is of course also nice to see. Of course it's missing trees, which we are going to put as soon as the park has upgraded some more, because we are definitely going to put down some gazebos as well, which we are going to unlock in a future level, and with that also in a future episode. So I think we're gonna end it right here. So thank you very much for watching this episode, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.